And now
Okay.
we're live streaming.
Nice. Well, the meeting should start in about 5.
Are we live streaming now?
Yeah.
I'm on the internet. Ah! Naked hearts.
Welcome, Sacha. Welcome, Chris. Welcome, RJ. Oh, it's piling in.
Hey, Chris. Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Look, I'm Griff Green.
Let's see. I'm writing my notes for what I did this week.
Oh, look. CoinMonks published that. It's hilarious that image is
Well, let's see. We have most of, well, might give it another 60 seconds and see if people show up. Okay, well, this is probably good enough to get started. Does anyone, we're live streaming, so does anyone want to start off with what they did this week?
I will. Just to go ahead and get the ball rolling. I've been working on the communication for the CDM collaboration contest giveaway that we're doing with those guys, getting them all plugged in with the Ropsten testing stuff that some social coding guys and Griff's helping with, talking about what the press release looks like and that kind of stuff. Gesundheit. And then I have been researching Scrum Master technique, how to get kind of started into that and what a training program might look like in the next few months. Also been talking a little bit about the Lumio proposal I put together, a milestone template sheet, and I've started to kind of outline that, and I'm going to be going over that with Wojciech soon. And then I posted on Instagram some fun photos. I listened to the budget overview call with Griff and was astounded at the amount of wonderful work that he's been doing. And I created this crypto resource sheet with help from Griff and some edits from Chris that I felt was really necessary. I'm not sure if it actually applies to Giveth, but I think it will help people even if they come into the community because it's interesting as well as informative. And then not least of all, Giveth Manifesto blog post, which is ready for approval from Griff Green, and then we can publish that and get the competition started. I pass to Sacha.
Sorry, Sacha, you're on mute.
I'm on mute. Okay, cool. So I'm in the process of implementing the new contracts in the DApp and in Feathers. And I'm doing that with RJ, and yeah, I think it's going pretty okay so far. The happy flow is working. The set flow isn't working yet, but I'm sure we're gonna have that solved as well. And then next up is that we are going to implement donations in the DApp. That's probably next week, and then we can start testing in the meanwhile. And I give it to Chris.
Sorry, I was in other screens. So what did I do? I didn't do anything this weekend, which has been a while. Then I tweeted out Scaling Now Medium Posts 5 after reviewing it, the one by Clio. I caught up on many of the conversations in Riot after just one weekend, and just in general over the week. I created a Lumia proposal for the Giveth manifesto that Yailer now morphed a bit into a Medium post, so that's coming up. And gave feedback on the Medium post by Yailer. I attended the budget overview that Griff did a lot of social stuff. I'm not going to list all of it here, but it was on Twitter, on Reddit, took lots of time. What else? So I resubmitted 3 milestones because of incorrect expense date, donated wrongly received funds back, reviewed other people's milestones and followed up on these things and all of that. I'm mentioning it because all of this takes an immense amount of time. Then I checked again with Bernd for me to get paid through him. Review of the great text that Yailer wrote on for crypto beginners, and then the review of Bowen's text that got out earlier today on Ethcan, and review and posting of Clio Scaling Now 6 text that just got out and still coming up for this week. I guess if Yailer is done, the CDM communication review. And a bunch of GitHub issues I still want to submit for issues I ran into with the DApp. And that's it for now that I can think of. And lots of more administration. And I give it to, let me see who's already here. Lindsay.
All right. Hi, guys. This week, I did a lot of milestones for a lot of different campaigns, which forced me to open a couple GitHub issues and work on that. A lot of Burning Man planning and communications and chasing people down for a lot of different things. Wall of Fame, finishing off a reward DAO, and planning for Toronto, and now business cards, and a lot of fun stuff trying to get done pretty quickly. So I will pass it off to Wojtek.
You're on mute, Wojtek. Oh, Wojtek, you're muted. No, stop. I see your mouth moving. Hi, you're muted.
We can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, no, we can't hear you, but you are muted. Oh, and he's gone. Here, I'm going to take his spot.
Yeah.
So, oh, you're back. Never mind. Go for it, Wojtek. Oh, okay. Okay, so then this week I pushed a bunch of milestones with Lindsay, and also got a really fast, speedy payout. We're just missing 2 multi-sig signatures, so don't forget to sign. Maybe during this meeting it will be paid out, and that would be cool. Finalized the budget, which was quite the ordeal and took a lot longer than I thought because I kept finding problems. But I think I'm pretty confident that we found all the bugs. Huge thanks to Quasia and everyone else who helped on that. And working on the manifesto a little bit, coordinating a bunch of stuff for EdCon and making sure we have flights and blah, blah, blah. We did an open source block explorers thing last week, and a lot of people have been pinging me about that, and I've been adding them to the Telegram group, blah, blah, blah. Housing coordination for all the things, and lots of EIP 0 coordination, trying to get people to come and, tracking everybody. And talked with Jared a few times and Amir, and just networking, general stuff. Lots of Burning Man stuff came up this week, and a little bit of white hat group stuff too. There's like a bunch of tokens that had a faulty transaction, so you could make as many tokens as you want if you hack it right. So that's always fun. and then some open bounties coordination and a bunch of other random stuff. So yeah, how about Wojtek?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Amazing. Well, I always suck at what I did, but basically I closed a bunch of pull requests, pushed some issues through, fixed, I think, 3 errors myself, and then worked on the white paper and attended, I guess, all of the meetings that were this week except for the budget one. I don't know who didn't go, so someone please pick it up.
I didn't. Hi guys. What did I do this week? I started in Barcelona at the Giveth meeting. Made a GitHub private course for Lindsay. And followed up with the others so they could learn on their own. I ran and tested the live peer node we can use for streaming. So having said that, it's very alpha. I got it to run, but it's not very stable, it seems. So just let me work on that. I have been working on the donation leaderboard a little, which includes the new Debt Node website, which will get another redesign soon. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, something like that, this week at least. Yeah, very new. We're now on status open bounty. I finished integration today. And yeah, so everybody who wants to dish out bounties, they should come to me. Because I am the new, there's only the way now that some person has to be responsible for confirming the payout in the end. And because I registered the application, that has to be me for the next weeks. That's okay. I also did not arrive at the beginning, and I don't know who is left. RJ, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, I just continued to work on the bridge and helped integrate, or did a lot of integrating into like the existing code base, the feathers and the DApp. And so it's getting pretty close. I've made a few small test transactions, set up an environment so everybody else can start playing with the DApp on the bridge soon. And started looking into, or I played around a little bit with adding code coverage to the bridge contracts. I'm working with the 0x protocol guys on getting their code coverage system a little more robustly. Who hasn't gone? I think everybody. DApp line.
Hey, it's Dab Lion here. So we had a meeting with all the Dab Node team on Friday, and this week we are hardcore working as fast as we can to try, hopefully, to get it done for Canada. So my work has been 100% trying to get the installer done. Has Edu gone? So I pass it to Edu, if he's available.
There is someone in fellow Jitzer. I don't know who that is, but I think everyone else is gone.
That might be me.
Ah, okay.
I'm on a new device.
Perfect. So yeah, then everyone has gone, I think. So we can just kick this meeting off. So let's just start with a quick check-in. Intentions, distractions. So it seems like it's going to be an easy meeting. We have at least 2 proposals to talk about, maybe 3, and I intend to make it a fast one. How about Sacha?
Yeah, I'm super distracted the next 5 minutes because I'm making pancakes. Kids around, so 5 minutes. Kai.
Nice, very nice. I'm not very distracted. I'm watching. Is anybody doing the notes? Speak up. Yeah, my intention is to listen in and hear about what you guys say. Who hasn't gone? Yeller.
My intention is to listen. I am distracted because there's an Ariel next to me and she won't stop talking, but I'm here for as long as I can be. I gotta jump out early, but I'm looking forward to hearing about the proposals. I pass to Dap Lion.
So I still have to get used to this section.
Distractions? Any distractions?
Okay, so for distraction, the house is pretty busy at the moment with really fun people, which is great, but sometimes it's pretty hard to concentrate. But yeah, I think nothing to say. Happy working on this, grinding. So I pass it on to Griff. I pass it on to RJ.
Yeah, hoping for a quick meeting and just a little distracted. Just figuring out bugs. Chris?
Yep, I was distracted by signing the multi-sig. It worked this time, yay. And I'm not anymore. And intention is just a smooth meeting and seeing you guys again. And I give it to Kai.
I already went.
Sorry, Lindsay.
I'm here, busy house, same as the rest, but here to listen and support. So that's the end of it. Wojtek, did you go?
No, I did not. Thank you. I'm a little bit distracted because I'm trying to finish everything for the last release that we're going to have before AdCon. And yeah, intention is short meeting. And I think everyone else went.
Cool. If that's everyone, yeah, I posted the notes, logistics. I posted the notes on the chat box. So of course, if anyone wants to help take the notes, our trusty note taker is not here today.
Is that a clone document or?
It's a clone document, yeah. So all the stuff in the bottom is kind of just whatever. But I'm pasting our Lumio proposals into it right now. And I always just leave the extra text up there because it looks so nice, and maybe we'll somehow copy paste it or something. But on the agenda, we have for sure 2 Lumio proposals. The first one is talking about changing or not changing the day for regular rewards. The second one is about the date of the next team meeting, and then oh, you just killed. I was reading that. Thanks. And then there's also one to discuss. I don't know if Chris wants to do the one about the manifesto, or if anyone wants to put that out there, but that can be discussed as well. Milestone templates. Yaler was saying that we don't need to discuss that. So, okay, so let's just start with the first one. I'm going to propose it for Lorelei, who wishes she could be here today, but she's in an airplane. So we are talking about paying out regular rewards on, well, from Lumio, either Sunday or Friday. So the tension is right now the DAP team is using Sunday, and some people are using Friday for the regular rewards, and it makes it really hard to do triple checking. And in general, we should try to be consistent within Giveth. Other campaigns like DAP Node can do whatever they want, but within Giveth, we should probably try to be all the same. And then or at least that's the tension. The proposal is that we all switch to Sunday. And the reasoning behind Sunday is that we don't want to force people to make milestones on the weekend. And there is also there's a few reasons. So we don't want to make milestones on the weekend. We have scheduled a cron job to basically kick out speedy payments on Wednesday. so that we can have Sunday be the payment day, the actual day we have to use, so that everyone can make milestones on Monday, and then we push them through the system Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday, if anyone did their milestone right, they can get paid within 3 days of the actual milestone. I want to add an addendum to this that we should consider, maybe not in this one, but eventually I'm going to propose that we do this once every 2 weeks as opposed to once every week, because this is a lot of work every week for Lorelei, Bowen, and I. But also, the reason that we went to Sunday, or a benefit of Sunday, is historically that is the best day to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. So just keep that in mind as well. Clarifying questions? None. Okay. How about reaction round? Let's start off with RJ.
Yeah, I brought this up in last governance meeting, I think, and we kind of informally agreed that it doesn't matter, but it's basically the same points Griff just said, so I'm fully in support of Sunday, because that's going to be the quickest turnaround from when you create a milestone to when you get your money, and I'm all for that. Gaylor.
Yeah, I support fast turnaround times. I also support Griff saying every 2 weeks. That sounds like a good thing. I've seen them working a lot on this lately. So yeah, that sounds good. Pass to Satya.
I think it's a great idea. Wojtek, is he still here?
Yes, I am. I think, yeah, Sunday is fine. I kind of disagree with the every 2 weeks part. I don't think it in the long term will be that much more overhead. Lion?
Yeah, I don't have any strong opinion to any direction, so I would pass on this one. And I pass it to RJ. Who hasn't gone?
I haven't gone.
So pass it to you.
All right, I'll take it. Sunday makes sense to me, and I also support every 2 weeks. I do see how much work that goes into it, so that's my 2 cents. And to Kai?
Yes, every 2 weeks is fine, and I'm comfortable with whatever the payment team or, yeah, I'm fine with whatever you guys want. Yeah. Chris, have you gone?
Yeah, so it was indeed informally agreed that we weren't going to do it on Sunday, which means that we make our milestones from Monday to Sunday. So fine, that's fine with me. I don't think the 2 weeks thingy that Griff mentioned was officially part of this proposal, but in any case, yeah, I definitely agree, because for the moment, I'm already doing a lot of administration myself, so I can imagine how much work it is for the people doing it. So, yep. And Deem, did you already go? I don't think so, but we can't hear you right now.
You were unmuted, but I don't know if your mic worked, Deem. Oh, and he's out. Well, who else hasn't gone?
Well, the Barcelona Beach Festival in July.
Okay.
I would like a clarifying question.
Okay.
So if we switch to every 2 weeks, which seems to be the consensus here, so does that mean that it doesn't matter when you file a milestone over the 2 weeks, or do you file a milestone for each week? So what is because Yeah, so that's my clarifying question. What is the system there?
Okay, I'll talk about that in a minute and clarify. Deem, did you?
Yeah. So I didn't have any strong opinions. So that's it for me.
Okay, perfect. So that's everyone. So, well, it sounds like there's a consensus on Sunday. That was easy. And as far as the every 2 weeks, I think we'll have a governance proposal about it. But we're going to try to maintain this for 2 more weeks and just make sure the system is tight and keep it going. But it would really be up to every individual person. I think I think at least what I will propose probably in 2 weeks. I mean, it may be moot because we get the bridge going so fast, but would be to have people decide if they want to have 1 milestone every 2 weeks or 2 milestones, and then I can front Ether, or somehow we can figure out a way to front Ether if they really don't, if they want to speculate on the value of their Ether. But either way, payouts only happen every 2 weeks, and it would be up to the person to decide if they want to do that. But they have to, if they're not going to do every 2 weeks, the default would be being paid every 2 weeks. So 1 milestone every 2 weeks, which I think saves everyone a lot of time too, from making milestones. But anyway, that was just a heat check, and we're definitely going to stay on this path of doing it every week on Wednesday and pushing forward. And now payments, everyone, the new proposal is everyone start to use Sunday for your payouts. And are there any, the only thing that we should consider is, no, I think just keep the same price the same, because there is like this extra 2-day thing. But I think it's just easier and safer to just say, everyone just start using whatever Sunday for your exchange rate day.
Just to clarify, that means making your milestone on Monday for everybody. I think Chris said before. But.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, if you make your milestone on some other day, it just probably won't get paid out that week. So make your milestone on Monday, and I think that's also cool to start the week like that. But make sure, the most important thing being that you make your exchange rate for the Sunday, and we're gonna start like enforcing that. So all the reviewers need to be checking that regular rewards starting on this week are made for Sunday for everybody. So yeah, I'll try to make like a big announcement, and actually maybe I'll put Lindsay on that to ping everybody. But okay. So the next item is, oh, sorry, any objections?
One thing, it's not an objection, it's actually just a little, because of the tax, how it works with taxes, I think this could be used by us for reducing taxes if we queue up milestones and then choose a payout, because the taxes are to be paid for the day when we receive the transaction. So, which is different basically from the price it was paid for, right? Like
that's different per country, right? That's not how
it's different per country,
here.
yeah. But for the European Union guys, I just wanted to know, just so you guys know, this could be a thing you can play with.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't want to be paid for a while, like Quasia was using this as a savings account, you can just wait and pick your day. But cool. So I'll say accomplished, and we can move on to the next one, which is the date of the next team meeting. I think that's Lindsay's. Oh, you're muted, Lindsay.
Yep, I got it now. Yeah, time to kind of make this decision so everybody can plan their summer, and we are open to those general dates. So either early June or early July. So let me pull it up now. See what our final votes are. So okay. At the moment, we're completely tied. 9-9. So it's really, anybody have any last minute preferences, or should I open up?
Well, I have a clarifying question. So is there like a plan on where we're doing this or any of those details?
Well, we haven't checked. We met this guy, Mark, who has a castle about an hour outside of, away from the airport. And we haven't seen it yet, so I suggest we actually look at it before we plan on going there. But we have the hostel as a backup plan. We haven't looked into any other solutions, so it kind of depends on the time that we choose.
There's a bunch of photos as well in the Giveth Castle WhatsApp group of this castle. Looks pretty cool.
I can post those on Riot as well.
Well, so I guess clarifying question: can you make a proposal
for where?
For a date, like what you would suggest?
Yes, absolutely. I think early June is a better time to be here. For me personally, it gives me more time to get back to the States and focus on Burning Man. So that would be my initial opinion on that. Reaction round?
I support it because I won't be around for the July dates either. So.
Okay. You want to pass it on?
I picked Chris.
Yeah, I have a slight preference for July because I'll be traveling most of May and I want to be home a little bit as well. But I'll adapt to the majority, and I'm all for a Giveth castle. So great that a real castle is in the making. And I pass it on to Wojtek.
Yeah, June sounds fine. RJ.
June I probably won't be able to personally make it in June. It's not 100%, but July works much better for me. And the other thing is June's only like 6 weeks from the last one, or 7, 8 weeks, or it's kind of seems a little early. Yeah, even though I wasn't at the last one, but I guess there's a Burn Man consideration for some of those. Satya?
Yeah, I'm fine with both dates, but I saw in Lumio 2 great proposals, and one is let's do both dates, which is pretty cool. And then I proposed that in June we go to the castle, and in July we take the yacht.
The yacht sponsored by the DAP team, right?
Yeah, sure. We get so many donations by the time.
Champagne Satya in the house.
Yes, of course. Okay, Kai?
Yeah, I can't for the July thing because I'm at the Worldwide Festival. I said it many times. You should come actually. With the yacht. I mean, yeah, maybe.
I'll be there.
Yeah, June is for me the preferred date. We could also make it a week later or 2 weeks later, so I could do the first 3 weeks if RJ. Yeah. So I would be open to that. Just July. The first weeks of July are not good for me. How about that plan?
So, Gaylor bought my boat in a very truthfully way, and I support that. So, out of my love for Gaylor, I would suggest the first one of June. But doing both sounds fucking awesome. That sounds fucking awesome. I just want to say, Lindsay, I don't know if you're aware that you have a war zone next by you. Some kids are yelling super hard, so yeah, just letting you know if you don't realize how amplified that is to the rest of us. Oh my God. Sorry, I forgot.
Do you want to pass it on to someone else?
Yeah, who hasn't gone yet?
I haven't, and
I pass it on to Chris.
Okay.
Griff. Sorry, Griff.
Griff is in an endless smile.
You muted.
Sorry. So I think we should do both. I like the yacht idea. The castle is definitely open for June, as far as I know, as long as we reserve it fast. And I think it would be cool to. I think June kind of works better for me, at least in the beginning of June. But July, I plan on just being in Barcelona the whole time. So they both work great, honestly. But I really like Sacha's boat idea, and we'll have to look into that. And I think that we had this big stretch of not meeting in person or not segregating time, and that I feel like that caused a lot of problems. And when we were meeting more regularly, we were tighter as a crew. And after this last team meeting, I feel tighter as a crew, and so I want to at least keep that open opportunity. And I think we should just do both and call it good. And then Burning Man is the third one. So yeah, that's me. How about Dean?
Yeah, I have a June preference, and that's all for me. Like, I'm traveling July, so yeah.
Wojtek, did you go?
Yes, I did. Both dates are fine for me.
Okay, then I think that's everyone, right? Okay, cool. So then, Lindsay, amend and clarify.
But I'm disconnected.
Oh, Lindsay is disconnected.
Sorry.
So you can come over right behind us.
All right, back on. Okay, so it looks like we have definite June preference amongst the overall. So we'll come up with details and confirm the castle. And I'm frozen. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
okay?
you're good.
Okay, great. And get all the details out to everybody and send out the sheet and start confirming dates for everybody to start coming in. So that should be completed.
Any objections?
Sorry.
So the proposal is we do early June for the next meetup. Any objections? Proposal pass.
All right.
Okay, so then next one is optional. Giveth Manifesto. Does anyone want to propose something along the Giveth Manifesto? I'll take that as a no. So then this meeting is complete. Let's check out, and if you guys want to hang out for a fireside chat to chat about any other things, we can. So we have 20 minutes left in the hour. So, okay, Yaler, check out.
Such a great meeting. Thank you for being here. I love all of you. I'm so excited to see you again in June. And I'm out. Dap line.
Yeah, I'm so excited to do that again. Like last week at near the airport was fucking awesome. Let's try to do it again and many times more. Checking out. Should I pass it to someone?
Yeah, to Kai.
I pass it on to Kai.
Awesome. Thanks for the quick meeting. I would like to take over the first section of Fireside Chat. So please hang around, everybody who's interested in open bounties. Finally, we're on. Thank you, and give it to Chris.
Yeah, thanks for the quick meeting. Also gonna hang around for the fireside chat because I have a budget question, and I give it over to RJ.
Yeah, good meeting. Sacha?
Short but powerful. That was a good meeting. I'm not going to stick around, but I hope to see you all again in about 1.5 hours because we're going to have the Dap Circle meeting with super exciting updates, extensive technical talk. Yeah, anything you can imagine basically that concerns dApps and blockchain, and yeah, it's amazing. Anyway, good to see you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Give it to Dean.
Yes, sorry I was late. It was a very good meeting, and I'm looking forward to see you all in June. And I will give it to Lindsay.
All right, thanks, guys. Sorry, I was a little bit unprepared to lead my first Lumio, but I got through it, and I'm glad I get to see you all in June. So let's see who else we have. Griff?
Yeah, June, and yeah, DAP team meeting, and yeah, open bounties. Man, the party continues. How about Dean?
We just went.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Is anyone who else needs to go? Dapline?
I went.
Dapline went.
Well, I didn't.
Oh,
Let's
Wojtek.
make it really easy. Good meeting. As such as said, the DAB meeting will be awesome. So join for that one, and I'm definitely in the fireside chat because I have questions about payouts. And if someone else didn't go, speak now.
Okay, so
All right, meeting adjourned. So let me see. You can see that here. So I'd executed, guys. Multi-sig transaction executed.
Hey, before we go into open bounties, sorry to interrupt, Kai, but was there a quick question about budget? I probably should have mentioned that Lorelei is going to start keeping track of the budget for like the milestones that get paid out for every campaign and start subtracting the budget. So if that's the question.
Yeah, no. Well, the question was actually, so you did the budget overview discussion detail earlier this week, and now my question is just what's going to happen now. So I understood, like, okay, the budget is then going to the different circles. What does that entail? Because for me, governance is gonna keep helping for communications. I hope so, to just do everything that your guys are doing great. What else is going to change, or what is anything going to change? I'm a little bit confused. Maybe it's just me.
Well, I don't know that anything is 100% solid, but the default is that everything that gets donated to the budget is split through the percentages that we already have, which is like 50% DAP, and then the rest basically split three ways. And then until we get the bridge settled, and then if we get a unicorn or somebody who donates enough that we should like worry about it, or if somebody really wants to donate to one campaign or another to support them, like let's say that comms has a problem and runs out of money, then and I want to make sure comms can pay their salary, I will donate to comms or something like that, right? Or someone can donate to comms. But we are really close to the bridge, so I think that we can probably be fine with the amount of ether we have right now.
And so then when the bridge is there, etc., what does that change? Is like where is the budget going to live now that it is split up?
The budget will live completely on chain, and each campaign you'll have to donate 2 milestones so that they can get paid. There'll be like a new first step, which will be someone will propose the milestone, and then campaign manager will accept it, and then it will have to get funded, and then it'll be marked complete, or I think it can even be marked complete and people can still fund it, kind of a thing. And then it gets paid out, but it doesn't get paid out until it gets funded. And as a campaign manager, you will have a certain amount of funds under your discretion that you can donate to, and people can donate to milestones themselves and stuff like that. So,
and are you just gonna put all the budget in the DApp that is currently available?
There will be no budget. It will all be in the DApp.
Okay. Cool. Thanks for the clarification.
For sure. Sorry, that was longer than I thought it would be, Kai. Unless is there any more long discussion on that? before Kai shows us how to do open bounties? Okay, cool. Come on, Kai.
Okay, I'm done. So this is open bounties. It's very easy. There are some people on the whitelist. If you want to be on the whitelist, there is currently Griff and me on there. Let's see what the guys from Status wrote.
And me, because I was
and
able to do it.
Parasology and Satya and Quasi. Yeah, sorry. So you get a notification. Wojtek?
Yes, and I actually already tried to add a bounty label, and it deployed the contract and everything.
Nice. So if you're manager of a repository, what you have to do is like create a new label here, like called bounty. I choose this nice piratey black and white thing here. So yeah, that's basically it. Because everybody can fund this here, like by sending Ether to this address. And I am allowed to, like, that's the only thing right now. They want to make it so that many users can manage one profile, but the way it is now, only one person can do it, and it should change in a few weeks, I hope. So until that, like my account, my MetaMask account is the account that can pay out those bounties as they're completed.
So is there not, what about that multisig?
So the multisig can act in a way that we fund the multisig, and what it can do is like everybody that's on the multisig can easily fund bounties. So I think there should be like a split of roles here, because some people, are, you know what I mean? Because people are not going to pay out of their own wallets for Giveth milestones. There should be some, Giveth fund stuff is coming from that's funding milestones. I mean, sure, people can fund them privately, but there should be a Giveth account that's funding stuff.
So if I'm getting this right, are you saying that you have your wallet, your MetaMask wallet, is what approves? It's kind of like the reviewer.
Yeah.
But then the milestones actually can be funded through this other multisig that we made.
So the milestones can be funded by everybody who sends Ether to this address. And the multisig we created, I mean, I was hoping it could be the controller for the thing, but it needs to send a call to the smart contract, which is, I mean, if we had a multisig that could send that call, then we could use that, but there is no such thing.
No, it can't send a call. It can't send a call?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know anything about the first thing about multisigs. Wait a second.
It can. We'll work on that so that
nice.
we can use that.
So the way it's set up is that we have to, it's manual by status aside. So if we need to change stuff, we talk to people in the open bounty channel on there, right? And so cool. We can, so maybe that's the better way to go. Right now, I told them to just add me, because they said it needs to be the user who made the integration, It needs to be a GitHub account, and I don't know.
Well, at least I can say that on this multisig, we put Wojtek, Quasia, Kai, Chris, and RJ, and myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 1 of 6 multisig. So there is kind of some trust involved, and there will need to be some kind of accounting. But at least the way I would imagine this happening is kind of saying like, every team can kind of just say how much they want to send to this, what I called the Giveth Petty Cash wallet for bounties. And so you can make a milestone right now that says, hey, we want to send, 20 Ether of our stuff towards GitHub bounties. And then you can use that in that wallet. And we just have to keep track of how much you're spending of that 20 ether on bounties. And I think the blockchain can do most of that accounting, and we can just say, if Wojtek or RJ are using money out of that wallet, well then obviously it was a DApp thing. And if I'm using money or Kai's using money out of that wallet, then it was a governance thing. If Chris is using it, then it's a comms thing. If Quasi is using it, social coding. Blockchain does the accounting for us. We just kind of got to go back through it once in a while.
But I think it's useful anyway to have this kind of, wallet, like, a limited credit card that trusted members can just use, until somebody, like if you discover that I spent everything on hookers, you can put me off the multisig if you want.
Oh, okay, it's okay.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. I guess Oxfam already told us.
Oh, it's just live streaming. Hello, world. Yeah, nobody's watching.
I hope not.
Yeah, but machine learning will catch it all. So I don't know.
Well, any questions about open bounties?
I have one. Like, there are some issues that has been closed, and
no, it's just very new. It would be nice to close one. Actually, good that you're asking, Dean, because I put one on the donation leaderboard. It's not funded yet.
I think I know what he's referring.
Yeah.
What he's referring to there.
Yeah, the issues.
So there have been issues closed retrospect that Deem has done, and there wasn't any bounty on those. So far, we've agreed to use the reward DAO for that, but we were also talking about maybe assigning bounties. Right? That was the question.
Yeah, and also there was one I did that actually had a bounty, but I think a milestone should be created for that before. But now we have like this bounty system. Perhaps we could use this one instead.
I think we have to make a milestone for the one that anything that has a bounty in the past. We'll just make a ghetto milestone for it. It'll just say a really simple one that's like, hey, he completed this milestone. For more information, or he completed this GitHub bounty, and for more information, click this link. And then do it through our current system. But going forward, and actually, to this weekend, I hope to go through and find all the ones that I put bounties on and integrate it into the system, so we don't have to.
Okay, that's what's the question. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's a nice way to handle that. Going forward, use the bounty. So I think we should put some ether there. And like I said before, the people I read out can add this label, or if they do it, it works. I don't know. That's the.
Well, Lindsay, can you make a milestone for 10 ether from governance?
Yeah, I mean it worked for me.
Yes.
Okay, Lindsay said yes. And then I don't know, Wojtek, are you going to make a milestone from DApp team to send money to this multisig?
Well, my question actually is regarding that. So why do we have a one multisig? Why don't we have 4? This way we don't have to do any retrospective accounting.
You can do how many you want. You don't have to be on this multisig. I wasn't really sure how the whole system works.
My understanding was that we could only have one address for our GitHub repo. But I guess we could have different. I guess we could.
I mean, because okay, so the way I understand it to work is that for every issue on which you put a bounty, it actually creates a multisig that holds the funds there, and then it's getting paid out.
Yeah, no, you're right.
From that multisig, right?
You're
and in order to fund every issue, you actually can just make transaction from whatever you want. So why do we have a multisig across all the circles that holds the bounty amount, and then we recalculate who assigned how much money? That doesn't make sense to me.
No, you're absolutely right. Actually, that's a good call. The only thing we need the one multisig to do is to be the reviewer. We're only allowed one reviewer. So we can have, because they can be funded from anybody, right? So we can have separate multisigs.
It makes more sense to me.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Sure, we just set it up this way because we did not know. So it's an experiment. And they will also expand on the system more, even in the coming weeks, they said. So this should be getting better when we go forward. And it should pay out if we have a look at how to make this call. So maybe Griff, we can find a way to have this the reason was to not have this one guy has the job to be the reviewer. Yeah, that was the purpose.
Yeah. So you will still need to use this multisig so that anyone can get paid. But for funding it, yeah, I mean, we can just make a milestone that goes to wherever you want.
Okay. And yeah, I guess that leads to my second sort of thing that I wanted to ask in this fire chat. How do we reduce the bureaucracy in general? You were mentioning that we should move to 2 weeks payout because it's hard to triple check. Well, can we do something to reduce how hard it is to triple check, or maybe even try and eliminate it completely?
Once the DApp works, it is eliminated completely.
Okay.
So
it is not. I would suggest two things. I mean, we're talking about these templates. I would think it would be really eliminated if we had a very strict, a stricter template system, maybe for us at least.
Well, the reason we have the triple check is because there's no donation amount. So the campaign manager or somebody has to fund these milestones once we have our DApp working. So if the campaign manager uses their funds to put it towards a crappy looking milestone, that is kind of the triple check. That's what the triple check is supplementing, the fact that no one is donating to these milestones. So it's kind of just it's not really checked by that. But and it's not completely true that we won't have somebody looking over the milestones. Bowen is going to be our security guard, and he actually will look every day to see the payouts that are happening every day, or the requested payouts. So the way it's going to work is that there will be on the bridge on mainnet, it's going to be like our old vault contract, and there's a security guard, and Bowen is the security guard. At least this is what we're working towards, working with. And he's making a security plan right now. And he's going to have to make a transaction every day, basically to say that our bridge was not compromised. So he's going to look at some of the transactions every day, just like whatever comes through. Maybe he misses a day. It's not a big deal because every payment will have a 2 or 3 day delay. But a 2 or 3 day delay, and Bowen has to have pushed a button, basically. Otherwise, no payouts will happen. And that's because the key security, basically RJ is just going to have a key that controls that vault. So if somebody hacks RJ or his server, then they could make a transaction that says send all the money somewhere, right? But there's a 3 day delay, and Bowen has to actually say that he has seen that there aren't any crazy transactions that day. So So there will be this kind of triple check, but it's going to be very light. It's not going to be so much quality control as much as it is just making sure we weren't hacked, basically.
Okay. I guess that's like an important sort of thing to know because, and I guess we'll know that after the DAP meeting, but it looks like the bridge can be integrated rather sooner than later. So hopefully, like within a month, I was even hoping 2 weeks, but we'll see at the DAP meeting, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fucking exciting, I gotta say.
So I'm just trying to say that, you know, we are talking about making payouts every 2 weeks because it's too much on a triple check, but maybe we eliminate a triple check in 2 weeks already.
Yeah. Yep. But, you know, definitely. That's what I'm hoping. But it's also not because it's too much on a triple check. It's too much on everyone to make a milestone every week, I think. But yeah, and the bridge, dude, the bridge system is going to be so cool. I'm so excited for it. Like, it looks really good. We still need Adria to really give us a thumbs up on the backup systems that we're trying to put in place for the Rinkeby side and the mainnet side. But transactions are working. You know, like it's looking pretty good.
All right. Yeah.
Anything else that anyone wants to talk about?
Yeah, I thought that the triple checking would be eliminated because of the bridge, because it's happening automatically. But yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly eliminated. It'll go down to basically a dead man switch, making sure we weren't hacked.
Okay.
But of course, that's pending that the bridge is done, you know, and works and all these things, which my experience says that, you know, putting a time estimate on that is dangerous. Yeah. Anything else that people want to chat about, or should we call it? Okay. Let's call it, and we'll see you guys in 55 minutes for the DAP team meeting.
Nice.
Yes, see you.
See you guys.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
See you.
I forgot to close the live stream. Don't want a 24-hour video. Just happened a couple times.